Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jordan and this is my 1.6 Turbo Miata. Now in today's video we're going to be cleaning up the engine bay and painting it with black frame paint. I got the idea from Robbie. His name's right here. I can't actually remember his last name. But anyways, as far as the Miata goes, since this is the first video, I'll give you guys a little breakdown of this Miata, myself, and everything. As far as Miatas go, I have owned many Miatas. I have a lot of love for these cars. I've done a lot of stuff to them. There's still a lot for me to do. There's still a lot for me to learn. And even though I've had great Miatas in the past, as many of my friends and family know, I've had some pretty awesome Miatas. This is going to blow all those out of the water. I already have pretty much every single part I need to make this thing insane. I won't spill the beans on everything, but this build is going to be fantastic. And the cool thing is, this time I'm going to go ahead and document it, while previously I just did everything and didn't really care about documenting any of it. But yeah, so a little bit about this Miata, because this Miata has a little bit of history. Now, as far as this Miata goes, this was actually the first Miata I bought back in 2012. This is my first Miata, and I learned how to drive stick in it. I learned how to modify stuff within it. I bought it bone stock. It was already kind of fugly. Bought it bone stock. I did everything to it myself. It was a beast. I've sold it a few times, and every single time it's come back to me. Now the last time that I sold it, it came back to me in terrible conditions. The front end had damage on it. The kid who had it had crashed it. It had plastic dip on there that just wouldn't come off. At least I believe it was plastic dip, but it wouldn't come off, so I've had to start the sanding process to get all that off. It's been painted like 4 times over just with like spray paint, so there's like a whole bunch of nastiness on there. The body, as you can see, not necessarily the best condition, but the heart is fantastic. This engine was my cousin's engine. He got it from, I believe, a junkyard. I'm not entirely sure, but the bottom end is stock. The top end has ported intake and exhaust, dual valve springs. Obviously, because he put it all together, it's got the new head gasket and everything. So I know that this engine is sound. I know that this engine is great. He tested it for compression prior to giving it to me. Everything ran well. So this is a great engine. On that great engine is a Flying Miata turbo kit, brand new, as well as a Flying Miata clutch and lightweight flywheel. So as far as the engine goes, it's all set. I'm not taking it out of this car and putting it in a different car. This car has some history with me, therefore some sentimental value, and I'm going to go ahead and fix this one up. The front end, and the reason I'm painting the engine bay, is because my dad and I actually chopped off the very front end of the car and put, from a donor car, welded on a new one. Now, keep in mind, my dad and I aren't the best welders. I know for a damn fact that I am not. So it doesn't look the greatest, but right now it is in 2 different colors and I don't like it. So I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just gonna do a quick little paint job, literally with just some black frame paint and some brushes, just to make it all one color and make it look kind of decent. So that's gonna be in this video. Next video is going to be just making sure that everything is nice and cleaned up, all the wires are out of the way. It does have a vent atmosphere blow-off valve, so that means that the airflow meter has been taken off, which means I've got some cables for, or I've got a cable for the sensor that's replaced that. And then I've got, you know, the vacuum lines. I've got a couple different wires in there that just need to be cleaned up. I don't want to have this thing looking like a mess. There's going to be a whole lot that's going to be coming to this channel, so make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment what name we should put on this Miata. I don't know what I should name it, but I feel like every YouTuber names their car, so in the spirit of, I wanna see if I can come up with a name for this car. I don't know. Comment what names you guys think would be cool for this Miata. The reason I'm in my car right now is because it is insanely windy out there, and to save you headphone users from the noise, I'm just doing the intro from my car. But without further ado, let's get to cleaning up the engine bay and painting it all, and we'll talk in a little bit. Alright, so I've got this stuff that's going to be going on the car itself. This is going to be going on the firewall, but first I need to go ahead and prep it. Alright, so as you can see here, I had to remove a couple of things here, so I got this thing off. That goes right there. I'm gonna do it section by section. So I've got this section nice and cleaned up. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there, and we'll see how it goes. There it is. I got a third, just about a third of it done. Fuck, it's raining, and I gotta stop. But got that on there. It's not perfect, it's not pretty, but it's working. And it's literally raining right now, so I gotta put all my stuff away. And yeah, see? And it's raining. So that's fun. All right, time to put everything away, and I'll work on it again tomorrow. But this is the paint that I'm gonna be using for right here. So gold in the back, black over here, and yeah, so that should be good. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, so it's the next day, and it's pretty early, 9 in the morning. It's pretty early for me. It's set to rain today in a couple of hours, so the plan for today is actually going to be to finish putting this stuff on the firewall. So that right there. So my plan is I'm going to take off this guy right here. I don't know if I can take, I mean, I'm sure I can, I just don't know how. Take this one off. If I can figure out a way to take that one off, it'll make putting it on a lot easier, because I still have a lot of cleaning up to do. It's disgusting back there. But I gotta take that off first, figure out how to take that off, make space right there. I may take those off just to kind of give myself a little bit of room, I'm not sure. But I'm gonna get to it. Alright, that indeed was a pain in the butt, but I got it all on there, so this is what it looks like now. So that was difficult. That was the most difficult. That didn't even come out all that great, but this looks pretty decent. It looks all right. I heat wrapped. This is actually heat, not just reflective tape, but it's also heat reflective, so, or heat wrap, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But that's the part that's the hose that's really close to the downpipe. So I wrapped that up. Got it all the way over there, so now I got to put the coil packs back on, and it's about to rain, so I got to wrap this up. And then next thing is going to be doing the black paint right here. So all this is going to be painted black. I had to take apart all that stuff right over here. All this got taken off. I'm also gonna have to take off, well, those are already sort of off, but I'm gonna have to take everything off. The headlights, that's blue because it came off of a different car. Wait, that's missing a cover. I got a lot of work to do. But yeah, I got a ton of work to do on this car, but that'll probably wrap it up for today. I'm just gonna put the coils back on there and put all my tools away. I really don't want to get wet and have to put the cover back on, but next time you see me, we'll probably be painting this thing, which may be tomorrow depending on the weather, so I'll see you then. And I'm back. So it's the next day, kind of early, 9ish in the morning. Time to unwrap this thing. As you can see, it rained last night. But anyways, so today the plan's gonna be, hopefully, if weather permits, I'm gonna get everything ready and actually paint the engine bay. Paint it black so that I can move on to something else, and I can leave the engine bay alone for a little while, and y'all can watch me do something else. Alright, so let's get to it. Alright, so I got most of the things off, so they're just kind of put to the side, like thrown over or thrown over there. But now I've got to go in and start sanding down a little bit. Just take off, like, there's parts like right here where it's got like black paint and red paint. So I'm gonna do that. Same with this side. Got most things taken off. Everything off the front is already taken off. So yeah, gotta get to that part, and then finally just clean it. I've got this stuff right here. Well, this is the paint that I'm gonna be using, but I've got this thing, pre-paint cleaner, that I'll be using on there. And yeah, so almost ready to paint. Should be just a few more minutes, and then I'll be starting up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start painting over here. Just bring it this way, and then I think I'm gonna do that for both sides. I'm just gonna start over here, bring it down, and then just kind of work my way this way. So yeah, we'll see what happens. And I'm probably gonna paint just like this portion right here, just this right here, so that it kind of is uniform. so I'll clean that up too. I'm definitely going to be painting the hell out of this right here. So, yeah. Alright, so I got it sanded, so now I'm using this stuff to wipe everything down, get it ready for paint. So, a little bit of this up in the nooks and cracks. That way we get rid of every piece of gunk and everything. And yeah, we should be, I gotta do this to the entire engine bay, but we should be getting close to painting time. And we continue with this thing, basically just scrubbing everything so we can get all the muck out. See how that's kind of, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but that's a little dark. That's all the muck that's on there. So everything will be nice and clean and basically ready for paint. So we continue this. Already did all of that. Now I gotta do that part, and then just make sure it's all dry. I'm gonna use the air compressor, make sure all that's all dry, and then, well, I'll start painting. So this will be nice. Really close, real close. All right, finally finished prepping the car. Now it's ready for paint. Everything is nice and clean. So I'm gonna start with the small brush that I've got right here. Start with this one. This is a 1.5 brush. Yes, I am brushing the paint on. I'm going to start over in the corners, nooks and crannies to make sure I get all that taken care of first, and then I'm going to go with a bigger brush and take care of all of this, and then kind of go to this area and then finish off over here with this side. Shouldn't take me more than a few minutes, really. Shouldn't take more than, you know, a few minutes, but get that first coat in, let it dry, go eat some food, and then come back and hit a second coat, but I'll keep you guys updated. So far so good. I don't know if you can tell, but it's going well. The most difficult part was all over there. All that section over there was actually the most difficult, and then underneath this was very difficult. But it's going really well. This paint is really thick. I don't need it to be perfect, but so far it's looking really good. Even though it's with a brush, it still looks pretty damn good. It certainly looks better than it did before, so that's good. I still have all of this and all of that to go. All right, that side's done. The front is done. Last side right there, and this thing will look way better. Now, it's already looking better. Like if you don't look at that side, it's already looking better. Everything's obviously gonna get cleaned up after all of this paint is nice and dry and everything's back on there, but it'll look really good once it's all done. So getting close, getting close. Finally done with the paint. As y'all can see, the entire thing all the way back there is painted. All of this is painted. This over here is almost what's drying. Yeah, so it looks a whole lot better in my opinion. Now, is it perfect? No. Did I enjoy doing it? Nah, my back hurts. Now, does it look better? Yeah, I would say so. It looks a whole lot better than it did before. What would I do differently? Quite frankly, I would pull the engine out next time. And I've already had the engine out. I ran out of time and I didn't get a chance to actually paint it. So maybe next time I have the engine out, I will go back and just kind of touch it up and make sure it gets good, because I didn't really do inside the tunnel. I just did the areas that you could see, just kind of like at a glance, as that's really all I could reach. But I think it looks good for now. In the next video, I'll be putting everything back together, as well as cleaning up the engine bay, making sure all the wiring is all nice and tucked. I got this stuff right here that's gonna be used for all the wires and everything, so that everything looks clean, everything looks good. Yeah, here's the final view of what it's like now. I only did one coat. I did one nice and thick coat at that. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it dry. In a couple of hours, I'll come back and I'll just kind of give it a second coat, just a light coat, just to make sure if I miss anything, I get it and it's nice and thick. That way, it stays on there for a good amount of time. But I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I think the gold and the black, I think it looks pretty clean. I got to do something with the valve covers. I got to clean that up because it's got a little bit of surface rust and oxidation or whatever the heck you call it. But yeah, I think it looks pretty good. But next video, all of this is gonna get cleaned up, and yeah, I'll see you guys then. All right, so it's been a couple of hours. It looks fairly dry. I'm gonna give it just a quick second coat just to have it a little bit thick. But so far it looks good. Looks actually really good. Did it come out perfect? Hell no. Is it good enough? It'll do. Just gonna use this new brush because the other one I forgot to clean up. Good thing I bought many. And just give it a little extra, just see where I missed anything. I'm sure there's gonna be some red somewhere in there, like right there. Little spots. I don't want spots, I want it to just be good. So let's get to it. Alright, just got done giving it a second coat. Looks pretty good. What's crazy is I didn't use that much. I used maybe a third of this. So that's not bad. This thing goes a long way. And I did 2 coats on it, so I highly recommend this stuff. But yeah, oh, my lens is all dirty now. Hopefully y'all can't see that. You probably can. But yeah, I went ahead and did another one. I found a couple places that I kind of missed, so I just went over them again. Looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna let it dry today, and we'll continue this in the next video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I'm thinking the name is gonna be Mona Lisa. So yeah, just throwing that out there. But definitely like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you know when I'm posting next, because there's gonna be a lot coming to this. But thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.